Hi, my name's Hal Sparks, and I'm 87 years old, and I live on the west coast of what used to be the United States of America.
Apparently, God visited everyone in the Jersey Shore in a dream?
The most nerve-wracking experience of my life. See, here's the thing. I've been doing stand-up since I was 15 years old. I don't remember being nervous about anything. You do that for long enough, you don't really get it anymore. It's pretty great. It's, because everybody else's 8 of, oh my God, this is horrible, is a normal day at work. It's not even your 9 or 10 stress level wise. So you just kind of shrug it off, and most things are a 6 anyways. I've done CPR 3 times. I've been in 8 fights that involved weapons that were not in my possession at the time, and I performed in front of 15,000 people at one point doing stand-up. First wow moment in my life that was really extraordinary. I was at a campground in Indiana, in Friendship, Indiana, and there was this woman who used to kind of sort of sideline nanny me. She was like a friend of my mom's, and she was like 24, I think, and she kind of was taken with me, and I was 6 or something like that. And she was dating this hippie dude, and they were sleeping in a lean-to down by the creek. And at 6 years old, I got up really early because I wanted to go see her, because I was obviously a fan of hanging out with her. And I went over, and he had already left for the morning, but she was laying there buck naked on a bearskin rug. And I was 6 years old, and I saw her, and I went, I want that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but this interests me. And that's how I know that when a gay person tells you they've known they've been gay since they were a kid, I completely understand, because I was 6 years old looking at her and going, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but eventually I'm going to figure it out. I've gotten to tell a few people thank you in my life. I got to tell Steve Martin thank you. I got to tell George Carlin thank you. I got to tell Paul Stanley thank you. I got to tell all the guys in the band King's X thank you. All these people who changed my life with their songs and their music. But I had a chance at one point to talk to Madeline Kahn, who was in Blazing Saddles, and she was in Young Frankenstein, and probably the single funniest woman to ever live. And unlike Jerry Lewis, I think there are a lot of women out there, so that's high praise coming from me. And I loved Madeline Kahn. And I was sitting there when I was in LA. I was 22 years old, and she was at a restaurant sitting by herself eating. And I had the chance to walk over to her and say, you were so influential in my comic timing and what I thought was funny, and I didn't, because I didn't want to bother her. And it felt like, I would be interrupting her. And she died of cancer a couple years later. And I never had that opportunity to. And that's why to this day, if I see somebody and I like what they do and I appreciate what they do, I kind of don't care. I'll come up and say thank you. I am one who is often panicked by the beauty of life. I am, overwhelmed by it at times. And I think my favorite thing about life in general is that I've always believed that there are 3 gods. There's the God of loving kindness, there's the God of lessons, and there's the God of completely random. And the third one is there just so you don't see the lessons coming that are presented to you by the other one, of the loving kindness. And you're supposed to learn something in your life, and if you knew the answers to the test, you wouldn't study and you wouldn't experience it. So I like all of life's. And as a comic, it's my job to debug the universe anyways for everybody. I'm basically tech support for your social skills. That's what a comic does. And so I like all the ruffles. I like all the bumps. I like all the confusion and fighting and all the stuff that people seem to hate, because that's what this place is for. It's school. That moment where you punch the floor or you throw your arms up in not exasperation, but, enlightened rage at your circumstance. That matters. And I think it's that seize the moment feeling that you can get quickly after a failure. Training yourself to, everybody's going to go down. A lot of people are going to get up. The people who get up the fastest are the people with the most hope and optimism in their life and about their own skill sets. I'm Hal Sparks, and I'm a comedian.